In today's show, last Bitcoin support levels above $20,000 comes into play as Bitcoin price faces times of uncertainty, and quoting crypto analyst Philip Swift from Decent Trader, for longer-term investors, we are approaching historical major support levels, and anywhere in this region is likely to be a good place to dollar cost average over the coming weeks. And should price continue to drop the 20-week moving average, deviation bands highlight a zone of potential support for Bitcoin between $29,382 and $25,253. And the last time that the price deviated that far away from the 20-week moving average was during the March 2020 COVID crash, though we came very close in the summer of 2021 crash also. And Plan B updates us here. Bitcoin down, gold up. Seems most investors see Bitcoin as a tech stock like Google or a meme stock, not as a commodity / digital gold. And Max Kaiser shares, rate hikes canceled, more QE. Money printing has always been the problem. Why stop now? Bitcoin monetizes peace. The sooner we get a global Bitcoin standard, the sooner we get global peace. El Salvador is leading the way. And as Xiangping Zhao, the Binance CEO, shares here, most people in the world still don't understand Bitcoin. And referencing Samson Mao's tweet, Bitcoin is trading like a risk-on asset, but it is not a risk-on asset. Few. Also in today's show, popular crypto analyst says Bitcoin could retrace to early 2021 prices and shares what to watch out for. Quoting Rec Capital right here, Bitcoin is in the process of trying to turn the $38,000 area into support. If it fails to do that and 38,000 turns into resistance, which FYI it has, Bitcoin will confirm a return to the $28,000 to $38,000 range, which was home to consolidation in quarter one and quarter two in 2021. Until then, retest in progress. Also in today's show, FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried weighs in on the Bitcoin market outlook amid the Ukraine crisis. He actually went on a Twitter storm. Here's a little tweet he shared. It makes sense that the stocks are down. War is generally bad. What should Bitcoin be doing here? Well, on one hand, if the world gets ishier, people have less free cash, basically selling BTC along with stocks, etc. to pay for war. I'll be breaking this down for you. Also in today's show, Ukraine is better armed than Russia in crypto adoption as the war breaks out. That's right, Ukraine has an advantage in terms of crypto adoption over Russia. Research shows as the latter launches an invasion of Ukraine. I'll be breaking down all the highlights and everything you need to know. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ether, and all the major alts are currently bleeding and in the red. But where's the Bitcoin price? Likely to go next. Find out all this, plus so much more, in today's show. Here are Crypto News Alerts. I drop a brand new episode every single day. The goal is to get to 100,000 subs along with a $100,000 Bitcoin price. If you like getting that crypto, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And today's episode is brought to you by BlockFi, the #1 leading provider of financial products and services for crypto investors. And right now you can get up to $250 in Bitcoin when you buy crypto or fund your account today with BlockFi. Be sure to use my referral link in the description right down below. Right now there are more than 500,000 people and 350 institutions globally using BlockFi to manage over $10 billion in assets. And here are some of their flagship products, which includes their trading platform where you can buy, sell, and trade the top cryptocurrencies. You can do instant trades with ACH. You can trade 24/7, 365. Another flagship product I love is their BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards Visa credit card, where you can earn an unlimited 1.5% back in Bitcoin on everything you buy. There are no annual fees, no foreign transaction fees, and you can see if you're approved with no impact to your credit score. I also like to point out for your first 90 days, you're actually going to earn 3.5% Bitcoin back on all your purchases, truly making this a no-brainer. So go ahead and click my referral link in the description right down below to get up to $250 in Bitcoin, and let's start stacking those sats, shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. How's it going, crypto fam? Massive bloodshed in the crypto markets this morning. Bitcoin may yet re-enter the $20,000 zone, but the coming weeks could provide a solid buying opportunity. A new report forecast in its latest market update on February 24th, trading platform Decent Trader laid out the final areas of support between the current Bitcoin spot price and $20,000. And shout out to Philip Swift from Decent Trader. He's been a previous guest here on the show. Now, military action by Russia and the Ukraine has markets in a spin on Thursday, with stocks and crypto following a firm downtrend as uncertainty grips Asia, Europe, and the United States. Now, Bitcoin has already lost 12% in another 24 hours, and expectations are that the worst is not yet over. Reactions to the Russian offensive continue to flow in, along with potential financial sanctions, and as such, Decent Trader, like many other analysts, is notably cautious on any trading decisions. Quoting them here, during times of uncertainty, such as this, it pays to be very clear on your strategy. For traders, having clear invalidation levels and strong risk management will allow you to survive. Quoting Philip Swift again here, for longer term investors, we are approaching historical major support levels, and anywhere in this region is likely to be a good place to dollar cost average over the coming weeks. So there you have it, DCA and BTFD. And while never being threatened in previous bear markets, an absolute line in the sand for the bulls comes in the form of Bitcoin's 200-week moving average, currently sitting at $20,000 and still rising. And more likely, Swift believes, is a dip below $30,000 to deviations below the 20-week moving average, something which characterized the pit of the March 2020 COVID crash. Quoting him here, should price continue to drop the 20-week moving average, deviation bands highlight a zone of potential support for Bitcoin between $29,382 and $25,253. The last time the price deviated that far away from the 20-week moving average was during the March 2020 COVID crash, though we came very close in the summer 2021 crash also. And in this chart, it shows you the current support levels outlined by Decent Trader, shows you the 200-week moving average sitting around that $20,000 mark, and the 20-week moving average sitting at about the $50,000 level. And while difficult to imagine the upside targets in the event of a twist, and Bitcoin's fortunes are $37,500 and $41,100, it added. Now, Decent Trader is far from alone in advising traders not to let emotions get the better of them under the current circumstances. Popular Twitter account Crypto Chase likewise called for level-headed action, arguing that there is no need to abandon long-term strategies, as he shares here on Crypto Twitter. 33,900 tests sooner than later. Below there, Goblin Town, watching for shorts near 35,500. Low confidence whether we even bounce this high or not. A lot going will depend on headlines. If you have clear invalidations, you're okay to trade. Would not overcommit to trades. And then he updated us right here, 35,500 tagged, filled short, most likely going to be a volatile, headline-driven couple of days ahead. Most will probably be better off flat, maybe even myself included, but time will tell. Typical trade, but volatile times, caution recommended. So there you have it. And check out this gold chart. You can see gold now $1,970 per ounce, which is outperforming Bitcoin currently during this time. And as pointed out here by Plan B, Bitcoin down, gold up. Seems most investors see Bitcoin as a tech stock like Google or a meme stock, not as a commodity slash digital gold. And Max Kaiser shares here, rate hikes canceled, more quantitative easing. Money printing has always been the problem. Why stop now? Bitcoin monetizes peace. The sooner we get a global Bitcoin standard, the sooner we get global peace. El Salvador is leading the way. And Changpeng Zhao, the Binance CEO, says most people in the world still don't understand Bitcoin. And referring to Samson Mao's tweet here, Bitcoin is trading like a risk-on asset, but it is not a risk-on asset. Few. And shout out to Samson Mao, who's running for mayor of Bitcoin City. And before I break down next story of the day, popular crypto analyst says Bitcoin could retrace to early 2021 prices and shares what to watch out for. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, there's blood on these crypto streets, with Bitcoin down almost 10% for the day, trading just above $35,200. We have Ether down about 14%, trading just under $2,400. Solana down 13%, trading at $80. Polkadot down 16%, trading at $14.55, and XRP down 14%, trading just above 63 cents. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. A closely followed crypto strategist says that Bitcoin could find itself with a price tag similar to what it had in early 2021. The synonymous analyst known as Rec Capital tells his 291,000 Twitter subs that the top crypto asset by market cap is currently in the process of creating a new area of support near the $38,000 mark. And if it fails, which it just has, that region will become its new resistance level. Quoting him right here on crypto Twitter, Bitcoin is in the process of trying to turn the $38,000 area into support. If it fails to do that and 38,000 turns into resistance, Bitcoin will confirm a return to the $28,000 to $38,000 range, which was home to consolidation in quarter one and quarter two in 2021. Until then, retest in progress. Now, the strategist also notes that since 2020, Bitcoin has only seen 3 consecutive red weekly candles only once before. However, this week could mark the second time that such a phenomenon occurs if Bitcoin continues to decline. And Rec Capital says that the odds don't look good for the top crypto asset, as he shares here. Since late 2020, Bitcoin has seen 3 consecutive red weekly candles only once before. Otherwise, Bitcoin hasn't declined for more than 2 red weekly candles in a row. Will Bitcoin print a 3rd consecutive red weekly candle this week? Odds are not in Bitcoin's favor. And before I break down next story of the day, FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried weighs in on the Bitcoin market outlook amid the Ukraine crisis. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting back under $1.6 trillion with about $122 billion in volume. In the past 24 hours, the current Bitcoin dominance is 42.5%, with the Ether dominance at 18% even. And checking out the top 100 cryptocurrency gainers for the week, we only have 1 out of 100 in the green, and that's ANC, up 36.5%. And as you can see, the rest of the crypto market in the red and bleeding, with many of them with losses of over 30%. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 23 out of 100 in extreme fear. Yesterday was a 25, last week a 52, and last month a 12 in extreme fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, like we're witnessing right now. BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. The world woke up in a sea of red that was not necessarily limited to the financial markets. As Russia declared war on Ukraine early Thursday, the traditional financial markets, along with the crypto markets, have been sliding bearishly for the past week and saw a rapid decline early on Thursday. And apart from the crude oil prices, which jumped to an 8-year high above $100, the majority of stocks have lost over 5%. Now, the Russian invasion on Thursday triggered the bears, leading to a $500 billion crypto market sell-off, where the majority of the cryptos lost critical support to trade at 3-month lows, and the crypto market cap saw a 10% decline during early morning Asian trading hours, falling below the $1.5 trillion mark. Now, Bitcoin is considered an inflation hedge, and many expected its price to show resilience at a time of crisis. However, Sam Bankman-Fried, CEO of global derivative and spot crypto exchange FTX, believes that Bitcoin's decline was no surprise, as he shares here in this Twitter storm. Number 1, some thoughts on crypto, Ukraine, and stocks. Number 2, not financial advice, and more importantly, there might be war. That's really bad for the world. F all this price stuff. Go outside and do something nice for someone. Seriously, do something nice. The world could use it. I'll wait. Number 3, in the last day, the S&P 500 is down about 4%, and Bitcoin is down about 8%. Why? Well, I mean, because of the obvious. Number 4, it makes sense that stocks are down. War is generally bad. What should Bitcoin be doing here? Well, on the other hand, if the world gets ishier, people have less free cash, basically selling BTC along with stocks, etc., to pay for war. Number 5, on the other hand, this is likely destabilizing for Eastern European currencies and more generally for Eastern European financial systems, which means they might be looking to alternatives. If you were in Ukraine right now, where would you trust your money? Great question, right? Number 6, so there are arguments both ways for what should be happening to Bitcoin right now. I'm not really sure I would have guessed it would go down based on the fundamentals, but it's down a lot. Why? Number 7, well, let's say there's 2 types of people in the world, fundamental investors and algorithm followers. Fundamental investors look at the situation and are uncertain which direction Bitcoin should move. Algorithm followers consult the data. Historically, what's the trend? Number 8, well, over the last year, there's been a really high correlation between crypto and equities. The main reason is monetary policy moves in expectations of inflation and interest rates change USD and other fiat currencies. More inflation, crypto plus equities up versus the US dollar. Number 9, and so the algorithms look at the data and decide based on that Bitcoin should be 80% correlated to the S&P 500 with a beta of 4. Then war happens. Number 10, fundamental investors are neutral, but algorithmic investors see the S&P 500 go down 4% and so expect Bitcoin to go down 16% based on historical studies. Number 11, there is a push and a pull with fundamental investors buying and algorithmic investors selling. On net, Bitcoin ends up halfway in between, down 8% on the day. So who is right? Number 12, well, I don't know. Maybe the algorithmic investor is, maybe we think this is about financial systems, but actually the dominant effect is just everything selling off, the fun wars. But maybe they're not. Maybe they're basing their judgments on monetary policy moves. Number 13, but this isn't a monetary policy move, so Bitcoin goes down 8%. Half of the 16% that the algorithmic investors predict, at which point their model updates a bit. Bitcoin went down less than 4x they predicted, and a cycle begins Maybe. 14, or maybe the real effect has nothing to do with any of those things. Maybe it's liquidity. If you're risk adverse, maybe you're selling whatever you have right now because you know what'll happen, and markets are illiquid right now. Who's buying volatile assets? 15, anyway, who knows what will happen? Anything could, and I don't mean to imply that I know what will happen, but I also think we're probably in a new regime than we've been in the last year and a half. We'll have to see how things work here, and he leaves us with this, number 16, and again, go do something nice for someone. The world could use it right about now. So there you have it. And before I break down our final story of the day, Ukraine is better armed than Russia in crypto adoption as war breaks out. But first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 1,000 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also, some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my crypto merch store, now live at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also, the daily letter, which goes out to over 30,000 subscribers every single day. To subscribe, visit letter.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a blog I update daily, which can be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell. Help support the channel. I greatly appreciate your continued support. And of course, you can follow me on all the major podcasting platforms from Spotify to Apple's iTunes. And if you're listening to the pod, be sure to check out the YouTube channel at cryptonewsalerts.net for the full premium experience with video. And of course, you can follow me on crypto Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, and TikToks, wherever you're at. Be sure to follow me there. But all right, now let's break down our final story of the day. Ukraine has an advantage in terms of crypto adoption over Russia. Research shows as the latter launches an invasion of Ukraine. Chainalysis, a market research firm, rated Ukraine fourth globally in its 2021 Global Crypto Adoption Index, which tracks the amount and value of crypto exchanged in a country. And while Russia's President Vladimir Putin has authorized a full-scale war on Ukraine, with Bitcoin playing a vital role on both sides of the fight, Ukraine appears to be better prepared to embrace the fledgling financial technology. Now, a quick background, Ukraine declared its independence from the USSR in 1991 following the disintegration of the Union, and Ukraine's move to legally recognize cryptocurrencies under a legal framework was progressive and positioned the country for future foreign investment, according to the CEO of Bitcoin tax platform Sila in Brisbane. And according to Google Trends, interest in Bitcoin has climbed slightly in the Eastern European country over the last day after surging drastically early Thursday, and Google Trends chart shows 100% interest in Bitcoin adoption as of February 24th. Now, Ukraine has a sizable pool of software developers ready to break into the blockchain technology space. And last year, Dutch IT company DAX ranked Ukraine as the most desirable country for information technology outsourcing and the #1 country in the world for hiring programmers. Very interesting, right? Now, Ukraine processes more cryptocurrency transactions per day than it does its domestic currency. And according to the New York Times report, more than $150 million worth of crypto is traded in the Ukraine every day, and approximately $8 billion worth of crypto enters into parts of the country each year. Now, Ukraine's parliament enacted laws legalizing cryptos last week, laying the groundwork for a regulatory framework to effectively oversee the flow of digital assets, such as Bitcoin. And Ukraine's policymakers are optimistic that the new law and its crypto adoption would draw additional international investments into the country's developing crypto economy. However, frictions and now a full-scale war with Russia looks to dampen the financial inflows. And for its part, Russia is debating whether to introduce a new bill or alter existing legislation to regulate cryptocurrency as a currency in order to limit criminal activities and bring crypto-related taxes under official monitoring. Now, meanwhile, some Ukrainians may turn to Bitcoin as the country's currency dropped on Thursday and the central bank capped cash withdrawals at around $3,390 USD per day. Bitcoin plunged to 35,000 on Thursday, just moments after the first Russian missile struck Ukraine's capital city, and the Bitcoin price is still down roughly about 10% for the day and 20% for the week, wiping out all the gains made in the previous month. And now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. Last Bitcoin support levels above 20,000 come into play as the Bitcoin price faces times of uncertainty, as well as popular crypto analyst says Bitcoin could retrace to early 2021 prices and shares what to watch out for, as well as FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried weighs in on the Bitcoin market outlook amid this Ukraine crisis, as well as Ukraine is better armed than Russia and crypto adoption as war breaks out. Where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now for the top 3 comments from yesterday's episode, Emmett wrote, "Another amazing show, JV. Thank you for your quality information. Mexico, let's go. Cheers, Emmett. Greatly appreciate your support, fam. Let's get it." Our next featured comment comes from Bruno Raber, who wrote, "ETH to the moon, baby. Najib Bukele is a visionary and a blueprint for leadership. Keep up the great work, JV. And HODL fam. Amen, fam. Much respect, BTFD. HODL. And our third and final featured comment comes from Inner Dino, who wrote, "What a fantastic message the president and vice president are putting out. Makes a change from the other so-called leaders of the world. Thanks, JV. Love the show. See you tomorrow." Well said. Much respect to El Salvador and their incredible leadership for showing the entire world a better way. HODL. And to be featured on tomorrow's episode, drop me a comment right down below.